So today, looking at a new video that just released from UnknownWorlds, the team, the devs behind Subnautica 2 here. So this is a dev vlog, road to early access. Shorter video. This is our first bit of new information since that last trailer. Still no concrete date on early access in terms of a release date. We're ending first quarter here, so obviously it's not happening right now. The only thing they say in the video is later this year. Fingers crossed for summer, but I'm kind of thinking fall at this point, just with how they're kind of being a little bit more quiet on it, because you're going to want a little bit more of a takeoff strip in order to hit early access release date. And so maybe fall, but I really am keeping fingers crossed for summer. Let's hop into this thing. I'm going to stop at certain points, rewind this. We're going to look at a lot of this stuff and then just speculate and then kind of give my opinion on some of it.
Hello, I'm Anthony Gallegos, design lead on Subnautica 2, the next game in the Subnautica series.
Now, I know like Obraxis and Tom and a handful of these other people on the dev team that I've just interacted with on Twitter, and they've commented on my videos. I have not seen Anthony before. They grew the team a lot. I just saw all the postings for the new game here, so I don't know if he's new to the team, but I've not seen him in terms of just the other interactions that I've seen with the other devs here. But again, we have the design lead for the game here talking to us.
Whether you're new to Subnautica or returning for another journey with us,
welcome aboard, Captain.
Which that sounds like anybody that's watched WALL-E. That sounds like the ship AI computer from that game. I can't remember offhand what the... I know what the PDA sounds like from the first game and the second game, but I can't remember what the submarine AI voice sounded like. It sounds, in my memory, close to that, but it's been a minute since I've heard it. But I do like the sound of that for sure.
Kicking off the road to early access now, and we want you to be part of it. Just like with Subnautica and Below Zero, we'll be inviting you on a futuristic underwater survival adventure set in an all-new mysterious alien world.
So, big thing there. We've talked about it in previous videos. This is on a new world. Looking down at the bottom here, this will go away. We can see at the bottom here that we have 4 slots for inventory. Up at the top, we have our depth thing here. So, UI looks still very similar. Looks a little bit more cleaned up, but very similar. We're getting some looks at some of the new creatures here, which that one looks really, really awesome. Also, this is completely dark in here, so I don't know how deep we are. It looks like we have a volcano or lava area right here as well. But I like how this thing fans out with its side fins or whatever those are for like an attack.
The whole team believes that Subnautica 2 is shaping up to be our biggest and most ambitious Subnautica game ever.
All right, so we have the new scanner. I like the look. I like the UI at the top there. You can see as it's scanning.
And we can't wait.
Yeah, that was pretty cool. So hold on. It's telling you what it's composed of. So these are periodic table deals here. So you're seeing AG, is that argon? And then you'll see nitrogen pop up with that as well. Nitrogen, right? And then just looking at what that is also. Plate coral view in PDA. So yeah, visually again we're in Unreal Engine 5. This is before it's even hitting early access. I can't wait to see what it looks like by the time it's done. And then we have for the inventory slots at the bottom, you can see new icon there for that PDA, or I keep saying PDA, for the scanner.
We can't wait until you dive in.
So what do you have here? PDA. The slime may contain useful genetics. Recommend exposure and adaptation. So I know that they've mentioned in one of the blogs, I believe, that or just the description of the game, we will be experimenting more with like DNA stuff, which is kind of a callback to the first game because some of those things were removed and we didn't end up getting it. So maybe we are getting those aspects in this game now.
We've taken everything.
Copper, warning on the oxygen, down to 8. This person's not going to make it. You can also see the new icon here for your starting capsule. which looks way different than the first and second game, or I say second game, first and Below Zero, which was kind of the expansion there. But new icons as well for the minerals here. New icon there for grabbing, copper node. And you can see it show up, you have the visual on the scanner, which I really like.
That we've learned from our...
That's the big one. That's the one I was looking for.
We've learned from...
Okay. A lot going on here. Window, Nook, like so many more building options. And I know a lot of people, myself included, have been asking for this. Window, Nook, half round room, whip, don't bug, work in progress, don't bug. Okay. Moon pool, interior wall, interior arch, interior door, ladder, work in progress, don't bug, support pillar, floating support, standard foundation, superconducting foundation, titanium still there, again new icons, standard elements, interior facilities, exterior facilities, furniture and decor. So we have a lot going on here. Let's see, and I'll rewind that just a little bit.
Everything that we've learned from our experience on the previous games, and we've poured it.
And so you can see them putting in the new pillar, so support structures for that. It doesn't automatically do it like the first game. And then attaching room here, looks like it's not going to let them do that. Tells you how many of the titanium that you need. This one is, I don't know if this is part of it. It says 0.71 out of 5.
Poured it into Subnautica.
Yeah, that is odd. It's like a fraction. So you'll be dealing in fractions with the elements now, potentially. Not sure. Looks like this is just icon for the front door. But the building tool here looks different. That looks really cool. I like the look of that. And then we have just a hologram at the top. I wonder if that shows... No, it doesn't show. I wonder what's going to pop up in there.
And we've poured it into Subnautica too. We're
Looks like it's a
working with
placement
veterans
deal.
of the Subnautica series, but have also brought on some new faces. So you know you'll be in good hands.
Ah, there's so much going on right there. Okay, here you get a little bit of a view of the map. Is that last or lost loaded region? Coral Gardens, LV Coral Gardens. Map wise looks different. I wonder if this is going to be something that we see in game. That looks like that's what that would look like in game. Scalability high, time of day, show lit perspective, good. But you can see the reaction, how this is going to move in the water. I know currents are going to play a role in this. We saw that with that trailer earlier this year, and you can see it here where it's actually going to move and wave with the water. That is awesome.
So you know you'll be in good hands.
And then just that too. Obviously no water here, but size. Like it feels like we're going back to the scale and size of the map that everybody wanted Below Zero to have. Again, that started out really just as an expansion of the first game, but turned in kind of its own separate game. People wanted that game to have that same scale, and it didn't. But it looks like we are going back to the size and scale of the first game here, which is awesome.
So you know you'll be in good.
And I don't know what all this stuff is. Just looks like placeholders, probably placeholders for rocks or placeholder for elements that we'll pick up here. Let's see what this says. Graveyard is what it looks like. Hard to read there. Graveyard zone, I believe. Or maybe, yeah, hard to read there. Playable space actor. Nope. See anything else we can see here?
Good hands.
And then we have that new creature. I'm forgetting the name right now. I don't know why I'm forgetting the name of this thing, but
we're also ready to
motion-wise is awesome. And it literally, if you're trying to hide in that coral, it's going to essentially headbutt it and try and get you out. That's wild.
But we're also ready to shake things up.
So cool.
For the first time, you'll have the chance to experience Subnautica 2 with your friends in co-op.
And multiplayer. Boom. Let's go back to that. So I guess we got building tool. I don't know. That looks like in the middle here. Hard to see with the icon there from YouTube. But it looks like that's the new hand, like torpedo sea glide type device that we're going to get. Virtual Dawn. So if you don't know who Virtual Dawn is, she is the community manager. So she is playing right now, which is awesome. Some other stuff that we can see here. Left-hand corner, energy. I'm assuming this is energy for the base here. So you did have some level of energy management with the first game. But if I can go back just a hair, just watching playing there. So what else we can see? So here for the scanner, you can see something's popping up here. I don't know if that would be creatures or maybe minerals that it's showcasing. So you kind of get a preview, which is awesome. We got a cable here. That looks like a cable that, I don't know if that'd be from us or maybe that is precursor based, although we're on a new planet and certain things that we've seen with the last trailer look like there was like remnants of a city down here. And we have some of the new plants. Character designs look awesome. Boom. And you have some electrical explosion going on, new creatures, and then you can see just distance wise much larger bubbles going behind the character, like so much more detail that they've been able to put in this with Unreal Engine 5.
But whether you choose to play solo or with friends,
boom, and then you have the new pod there, which is awesome.
Or with friends, we hope each descent into the depths is more thrilling than ever.
The bubbles look so cool.
If that sounds awesome to you, then join us for early access later in 2025. You'll be there when we first.
Okay, so repair tool is back. A little bit different design. Everything looks cleaner. And then this is our vehicle.
Add new vehicles, craftables, biomes, and leviathans.
There we go. Leviathans. So I'm assuming this is the squid looking creature from the end of that last trailer that kind of pops out that looks super ominous. Cool thing here too is we actually have Reese back working on this as well in terms of the character designs. Alex, he's just a phenomenal artist. If you haven't seen his stuff on Twitter, he worked on Below Zero. Definitely check out his stuff, but he is back. We also have Ben back, Prunty, for the music. So it sounds like we're getting some of that in the background right now for the music. So, and then of course a lot of the original devs. So there's so much good stuff coming to this on top of obviously the feature everybody's been asking for, which is multiplayer. But this thing looks gnarly. I don't know that in Below Zero they really captured the scariness of the Reaper Leviathan. I'm hoping here we do get to see something similar or just as scary, and maybe this is one here because this is just obviously kind of grayed out right now. We don't have a full view of this thing, but I want to be scared like I was in that first game.
And you'll be able to tell us exactly what you think.
This isn't true. Obviously just like a test zone for these. These look like the thermal vents from the first and second game. Get a look at the suit. Suit looks really nice. This looks like the, is it the water reclaimer suit? Now though, look at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 at the bottom. So maybe just 4, or maybe you have to actually earn more inventory.
Think as we continue to develop the game alongside you.
Interesting.
But to start our journey together, I want to pose a question to you all. What do you want to see in Subnautica 2? Let us know on our official Discord and across our social channels, and stay tuned for more updates and behind-the-scenes content as we navigate into early access.
There was the tentacles. I don't know that that's new music or that's just music from... Kind of sounds new. I'm not sure though. But it sounds similar to Below Zero music. But yeah, Ben is back. So, man, I'm really excited for this thing. And definitely hop on Discord. They actually have opportunities if you want to do some early play testing. With that, you have to sign up and then hope that you get chosen. And with that, it's not something where you get to talk about anything that's going on. You sign like an NDA with it, but you potentially could actually play the game early and help shape this thing even before it hits early access. So they only threw in a handful of clips, but they gave us a lot here in terms of like new imagery and footage of stuff that's going on with the game, and actually just seeing it in motion is awesome. We can see, I don't know if this is going to be where we're putting batteries or putting upgrade modules with this. Altera is still at play here. You can see that right there. So I'm wondering why we're going to this new planet. And I like the bubbles, like all the visual effects that we're getting now with this Unreal Engine 5 compared to the previous one is awesome. So we're back down to 4 here too. Yeah. So many cool things. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section. What are you excited for? What do you want to see in the new game as well? Because I'm really curious to see what people are looking forward to, obviously, with the game, and things that maybe they thought they didn't get with Below Zero, or things that they want to see improved over the first Subnautica, but also in terms of the story where they want it to go, or things that they just haven't put in game. Multiplayer has been the big one, but they finally are giving everybody multiplayer, which is going to be amazing. But are there other things that we haven't seen that you would like to actually see potentially in the game? We actually have 5 down here for the inventory now. So we've seen 4, 5, and 8. So I don't know if that's just more like a dev thing, or if that potentially is something where we may have to earn more inventory slots. Interesting. So that's going to wrap this video up. Thank you guys so much for watching. I will be covering this in full detail in terms of early access and all the stuff that they put in the game weekly once they actually get this into early access and we can all play it. So I will be showcasing just the whole process again, like I did with Subnautica and Below Zero. So if you want to follow along for that, definitely hit the subscribe button for me, and I'll see you guys in the next one.